Hello everybody, hope everybody's having a good day. Today the subject that we will be talking about is water. Have you guys ever thought of how important water is in our daily life? We use it to hydrate ourselves, to shower, to brush our teeth, to clean clothes, cook. The possibilities are endless. But nevertheless, how do we get water? That's the big question. We're trying to figure out how we get water, where does water come from, what is this whole thing about? And that is what we're talking about, the water cycle. I will give you a definition, and the water cycle is the way water circulates from land to the sky and then back again is called the water cycle. Now the water cycle includes 4 steps, and here we can take a look at them. First of all, it's going to be the evaporation, then it's going to be condensation, then precipitation, and lastly it's going to be the collection. And then after that it all goes back to evaporation and it repeats again and again. Okay, so the first step is evaporation, and this is when the sun heats up the water in the rivers, the lakes, and the oceans, and it turns it into vapor or steam. The water, vapor, or steam leaves the river, the lake, and the ocean, and it goes into the air. An example of evaporation would be when you heat up water and that little smoke, the vapor, the steam comes up of it, that would be evaporation. Okay, so then the second step would be condensation. What condensation is, it's the water vapor in the air. It gets cold and then it changes back into a liquid. And this is what forms the clouds on Earth. An example of condensation would be water drops forming on a glass holding a cold drink. The third step would be precipitation, and this occurs when so much water has condensed in the air in the clouds and it cannot hold it anymore, so it rains or it hails or it snows. An example would be where I said it snows, it rains, or anything like that. Okay, so then the last step would be the collection, and this is when the water falls back to the earth as precipitation, and it may fall back in the ocean, the lakes, or the rivers, and it may also end up on the land. When it ends up on the land, it may either soak into the earth or it can be part of the groundwater, which is what animals and plants use to drink water. Or it may run over the soil and collect in the oceans, the lakes, or the rivers, where the water cycle will begin again. Hi guys, okay, so now that we have learned all about the water cycle and all the steps that are required for the water to go around the earth and everything, we will be working on a project to help you become more acquainted with the subject. And with this project, you will be working individually, but you will be taking it home. And what this project is about is that you will have to go home and create a model of the water cycle. In the model, you will represent each step, each different stage, so evaporation, precipitation, condensation, all of those. And then you will have to identify each step and have a brief summary of what it does. And then you can use, for your model, you can use things such as cotton balls, plastic, paper plates, anything that you have at home. I don't really require you to go out and buy anything fancy. It's just stuff that you have laying around in your house. So it's basically just a visual model, a visual representation for you guys, so it can be easier for you to grasp if you're more of a visual learner. And it's also something that you guys can have, that you guys can look back to. You don't have to look back in your textbooks, you can just have that there for you. You can look at what evaporation is or what precipitation is. It's just basically, I have had students before, I have a picture of it, I'll put a picture up for you guys. It's basically a paper plate, and in that paper plate they just have all the different cycles, the name of each step, and a little summary of what it is. And then on top of that picture they'll have like cotton balls representing the clouds, and then just paper, or they drew the water, or they drew the rain, or it's just stuff like that. This is something that you guys can have fun with, and I hope you guys learned a lot during this project. Thank you so much. We will see you in class. Bye.